Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Maples, and welcome back to my vlog. I wanted to discuss today an attitude of gratitude. For about the last 2 years, every morning I've practiced a mantra in a way of prayer, basically where I would give thanks to anything and everything that I was grateful for. And what I've found in doing this, it's really opened the doors up for me to assume a different attitude, one where blame is allowed to begin to leave. The aspects of my life that have sheltered it. And it's really allowed me to begin exploring things in the world that I am truly grateful for. And as I began practicing this, I've noticed that a lot of times what I'm seeing, especially as it relates in modern society, at least as what's portrayed on the news, there's a complete lack of gratitude that's present throughout society, if not the world. And what I found in listening to positive psychology spins on it is really to take a look at the things that we are grateful for as a means to change the world that's around us. Because if we fill our hearts with negativity or we fill our hearts with anger or anguish, what we end up getting in return is really to take a look at the world from the lens of a non grateful perspective, and we therefore manifest more of that into our life. So, what does psychology define gratitude as? I was reading a recent article in Psychology Today, and it said, "What is gratitude? Gratitude is an emotion expressing appreciation for what one has, as opposed to, for instance, a consumer driven emphasis on what one wants or thinks they need." Gratitude within itself is taking a look at what is present in our life. Now, we all have dreams, we all have aspirations, and a lot of times we tend to leave those dreams behind because sometimes we feel we may not be able to manifest those in our lives. But really, what happens as we move beyond dreams or begin to lose dreams is we take a look. We're really not in a position where we're grateful for what we have. We take a look at those things that we do not have and we begin to assume a position of depression because of it. And what gratitude does is it allows you to take a look at what's there in order for you to begin focusing on ways to help yourself manifest those things. And if you're able to focus on the things that you have, you begin to feel an abundance within. You begin to feel, you begin, you can begin to feel in unison with the things that you have created. And that allows for more things to be created from just your natural workings on a day to day basis. They go in to further define it. Tossing off the half hearted thanks won't cut it. Deep gratitude has to come from within and in a meaningful way. To show gratitude, we really have to begin to take a look at the things that move us, the things that we have thanks for. It could be family, it could be material possession, it could be friends, it could be our relationship with our spirituality or God. And what we do when we begin to take a look at each and everything that we are grateful for, we begin to open our hearts to the things that we have been given in life, because what the best receivers are the best givers, and the best givers are the best receivers, and we cannot have one without the other. And this is where a lot of times our crux within gratitude occurs. We tend to focus more on giving because we have ultimate control over what we do or we do not give, but we do not focus on the receipt. And even though we may say thanks, what ends up happening is it may only be half heartfelt or whatnot, because there's a position of insecurity that arises when we do give pure gratitude for the things we have been given. And so this is an area that we really need to work on, and positive psychology has worked on it as well. What ends up happening within the idea of a positive psychology is they're taking aspects of gratitude and they're paying attention to the particular things that are lifting them up in life. Now, this is not negating the bottom part, those things that bring you down. What it does is it tends to shift your focus on the things that are going right, and this within itself cognitively reframes you to focus on more positive aspects of life versus more negative, which in turn can reframe your overall attitude. And what happens over time as we begin to reframe our attitude, we change the lens from which we see the world. And so instead of seeing things from a position of anger, or anguish, or fear, or loathing, what we ultimately can achieve is an aspect of being able to see the positive aspects in each situation. For an example, if you're a parent, a lot of parents no parent wants to no parent wants to do things that would psychologically damage their child, at least any parent worth their salt. And so what ends up happening is we tend to go back on our past experiences, look at the things that we did not like as children growing up, and we tend to try and negate those. We don't want to bring those aspects into our children's life. And we take a look at the positive experiences that we had with our children. Maybe it's travel, maybe it's playing games, maybe it's Saturday poker night or Saturday D&D day. And we tend to try and repeat those same behaviors with our children because these were positive aspects within our life. And what this does is it builds a framework from which generations pass on values to children, which ultimately helps them become the person and the success that they wish to become. For today, I wanted to focus primarily on gratitude, and that was because it's a foundational block for any form of healthy psychological growth. I look forward to any comments that you may have. I'm looking to post these on a pretty regular basis, and I welcome any questions that you may have. I'm more than willing to answer them to the best of my ability as they may arise, especially as it relates to aspects of psychology, as it relates to aspects of child development, and my specialty, child development and marriage and family therapy. Until next time, I wish you to advance confidently in the direction of your dreams, and I wish you well. Have a good day.